This is Bill Cook down here at Ag City, Little Piece of Heaven on Junction 10-7. And again, we've got a remarkable day today. I've got some fantastic guests. They've been here before. Of course, you see Jeff all the time. But Seth's back, and we're going to talk a lot about his project and where he's headed, what he's doing. It's just really exciting, Seth, to see this thing take root. And so you just jump in there and let's start talking about all the things that you're doing with your new LLC.
Well, thanks again, Bill and Jeff, and for all your help and support and direction. We've started Timberline Foods LLC, and this will be our structure for how we're going to launch our new company. And um, so we needed to start putting hands and feet to what we're doing. And I have been working on providing superfoods that come from trees. So we've been spending time doing a lot of research. We got some stuff from India. We've got some stuff we're thinking about in Costa Rica. We've got food, and to understand what superfood is, to give you a good definition, it is nutrient dense whole foods that have vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are very powerful and useful in keeping people healthy and the food to be safe for everyone. Um,
Well, that's one of your mottos, isn't it? It's got to be healthy, but it's got to taste good.
yes.
And so you're all about providing, like on your research, you want to see it. I know that you're very into making sure it's correct, and we get good data, so people can make good decisions. And the recipes that you guys are building are just, it's pretty exciting to see what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I know that so many people struggle with food, making good food choices. It's really hard to go to a grocery store and to be able to pick out food that tastes good and then also that you know is healthy for you and your children, especially children this day. I know that there's a lot of diabetes for young people. A lot of young kids are hooked on sugar,
Sure.
and so if it doesn't taste sweet, they're not willing to eat it. So how can we come up with a plan that can help parents be better at
Sure.
feeding their kids and keeping them healthy, and older people. Long term health is really important. When your body starts hurting and aching and it doesn't function as well, what can we do to help make that better?
Well, and that's one of the cool things is you've got so much history in your recipes and all the things that you've done over the years. It's not like it's something new to you. And the other thing I know that you mentioned, and I really want to make sure people understand this, is um, we're coming, Ag City, your company, the way we incubate, we're coming from being very truthful, digging in, trying to find out the facts. And, you know, I tell you right now, if you go on any one of these channels, they're talking about the stuff that goes into a bottle, maybe dirt or maybe flour. So the importance of that label that you're talking about, the importance of research and getting from the people that you trust, that are trustworthy. That's it. That's the whole thing, that you actually know that you know what you know, that that product is good and good quality that you're providing to your customer. So I know that's been one of the big things that you've talked about a lot.
Yeah, we've went from talking about trees to working on the crops that we can get as quickly as possible from those different trees that will provide a whole new opportunity, hopefully, for people in the future. And our mission is still to come up with a group of trees that, and trees are powerful. They're more powerful than annual crops. They're
Sure.
they're going to last. You plant a tree, it's going to last 50, 100, 200 years, hopefully, and provide some real stability for agriculture in the future. A real opportunity to put in place something that'll be there for your kids and your grandkids and will actually make a difference in the health and in the well-being of the whole community.
Well, you got you got me hooked one time on your discussion, and you talked about, the walnut tree being like an investment, like you invest in the future.
401k.
Yeah, like the 401k. Yeah. I think you even used the example of 401k in some of your things that I've read. And so, 50 years from now, when I may not be gone quite, but whenever my day is over and I'm looking down, I'm looking at all these trees and I'm looking at these 401ks growing for the grandkids and the grandkids. It will be a pleasant sight.
Yeah, I am. It's. I think the best plans are long-term strategies. We have been living in a period of time for too long where if it doesn't happen immediately, then we're not going to even give it an opportunity. So we want to think what is long term best for the family, the community, the state, the country. And I believe wholeheartedly that a tree based agricultural system is that.
And it is something that this right now, July 4th, we're selling our 250th year here, and we can see the progress we've made in some things, and some of the things that we've really maybe poisoned ourselves, or maybe we need to change the way we think. And so it's fantastic that we're sitting here at this time, and you're starting up a new company to take us a little bit different direction, or at least that present that information out there for people to have that information to make decisions with. That's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, anybody, we're going to have a little short break. Anybody got anything before we go on a break? And on that break, I'll talk a little bit about maybe some investment opportunities with your new company. So we'll bring that in on the break.
We'll be right back, and I'll do some talking.
See you soon. Well, it's Bill Cook, and I just want to take this opportunity to have a short break, share with you a couple of things about Ag City, a little piece of heaven down here on Junction T and 7. We're so excited about Ag City and where we were a year ago. We got the Visits Bureau open now, and we're pretty consolidated from 49 interstate to 13 highway. I was down in Clinton last week and picked up about another 8 new businesses and our philosophy and all the things that's going on with these small businesses, things that we can all get together, places you can go, things you can see. So I just wanted to give that a little bit of plug, and we are going to have a field day all about our trees and our hemp and all the things. We're going to have that in August 5th, 6th, and 7th. So if you want to do that, but keep in mind, this little deal that we're doing here with Seth and incubating his company, we do that. That's one of the things that AgC does. We help people incubate. We take entrepreneurs, we work with them on incubating with their ROIs, their SOPs, and Seth is our biggest project up to now. But anyway, so excited about working with him. But he's going to need some opportunities. There's some things he's selling. There will be some investment opportunities if you're actually interested in knowing more about all of Seth's business and what's going to happen and how he's going to share those opportunities with the bigger world. Just keep in touch and or just call Seth directly. His number will pop up here on the line. So thank you very much, and we're going to get right back to our presentation. Well, we're back from our really nice first bunch of information, and it's really good, guys. And so we're gonna kind of dive into some more stuff. I kind of talked about the little investment over the break a little bit, so you might have a whole bunch of people coming and wanting to jump in and spend a lot of money with you. So we hope that's the case. So we just kind of want to dip into a little bit of systems. Jeff has been kind of our system guy, and he's had a lot of experience with systems and some of the systems that we'll need to use pieces of to get to the marketplace. So, Jeff, why don't you kind of help us out with where we're at on that system approach?
All right. Thanks, Bill. Seth, good to be here once again.
Good to see you.
We are talking about systems. We've got some stuff that's going on right now that's been a long time in the making, and it's inflammation. We've got inflammation in our bodies, and if we can reduce the inflammation in the body, we can reduce the chances or the link that we have certain types of ailments. And that's what Seth is bringing to the table here. When he's talking about Timberline foods, and he's talking about getting back to nature, getting stuff that's grown from the trees. We know that we get meals from the trees, and we get herbs from the leaves, and it helps in sickness. What we're doing here with our systems is that he's bringing in research. We're helping him put it together. It's getting out back to you. We have a crisis in the United States, and the crisis is obesity. Now, through education, if we can help slow that down, if we can turn it back, we're going to do that, or Seth's going to do that through foods. We're excited to work with him. And what we're going to bring to the table, Bill and I, is that you have to have systems out there. And when you have systems, you have to have communication, and that takes relationships. We've got to build relationships with you all out there. We want to get the information to you. We think we've got some good information. And is that, Seth, what you see? And that's what we're trying to put together here. Your whole deal at Timberline Foods is that it has to be healthy, and it has to taste great.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. We want to be able to provide something that people will want to participate in, that they will enjoy. Because if you don't like it, even if you believe in it, you won't keep doing it. So we have to come up with something that even kids will be excited about. And so that takes a little bit of thought, takes a little bit of planning, takes a little bit of research to be able to come up with those systems. And I'm assuming when you say system, you're also talking about the trail of where these products come from and how they're then put together. Is that correct?
Yes, it's chain of command. The Seth's taken the time to hear, and he's been moved to work with you all out there and bring a product to the table. And part of the systems that we're doing is here is that we can guarantee the chain of command, and we know where it's coming from, where it's grown. To you, and we will always be here. Seth will always be here to verify that and explain it to you. Other things that you're looking at when you start to get your nutrition right, you start to get on top of the inflammation that creates problems. Seth's going to talk to you about clean water. He's going to talk to you about clean nutrition. He's going to talk to you about clean living. And these all things go together, and that's what we're here to help him share with you.
Well, I know, Seth, that you got a little recipe. I know you're still branding this product that we're eating. Actually, your Emily and I, my wife, she does. We have some of these things that Jeff talking about. You know, a little bit of this inflammation, arthritis, all these things. And we've been doing this for probably been taking product for about 2 weeks. And I think it does help. And I do think that it's been really good for us physically, because I can still run up and down steps, and I can do push-ups, and I can do some things and stuff, and you know, so and Emily's she's had things she's had to deal with, but we're both taking one of your recipes right now, and we just want to see how it tastes and how it does and how we eat it, and it's so far we have a positive experience going on.
Good. How about you, Jeff?
Same thing. I'd say it's been 3.5 weeks. The One of the products that Seth's going to be bringing to you, uh, which they'll all help reduce inflammation. When you start reducing inflammation, things you're going to start seeing is you're going to start sleeping better. You're going to start feeling better. You're going to start thinking better, moving better. Those are all things that come from reducing the inflammation in our body. And these are the things that I'm seeing with just the first product that he's introduced us to. And I feel good. I think I look good. Bill thinks I look good. He keeps rubbing my leg under the table. So
I want to make a statement here. I want to make a disclaimer.
you can tell the people, Bill.
I am not. We are not connected like me and my tree.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I don't know if you want to add anything, Seth. I think Jeff did a really good job explaining that. You know, we basically are a system approach, and we do believe that the Mother Nature, the good Lord, environment is all big system.
Do you want to explain the VIP system a little
Well,
bit?
yeah, I could do. I explain the VIP system. We created a VIP system many years ago, and actually there was a lady by the name of Sue Beard, and Sue Beard was the president of the Organic Association at that time, and her and I were friends, and she took me under her wing. I said, I got to figure out this system. So she built me an organic system. And actually, it's better than any organic system out there because it isn't just you report papers. You actually have to verify. And so we verify every plant. We can track and trace down to one plant or whether it's chickens, whether it's beef, whatever it is. We have a tracking and tracing which we call VIPS. And that system will trace it from the time you start the seed, everything you put on it, the environment it was in, and we just usually put a QR code and then connect it to a field. It may be one of the growers' field, and if it is a growers' field, we've actually did some with, I think, Redtail Ranch at one time. We put a QR code and we went all through where his meat comes from. So we've got a really, really good tracking and tracing system. And I started that 30 years ago, and it was a guy down at the University of Missouri they called Dr. Nick, and Dr. Nick and I we butted heads most of the time. But out of that butting heads, we actually developed a pretty good system, which then this lady that was with the Organic Association helped me make it, and that's why I call it sometimes almost organic. So anyway, probably enough to know about the VIP system, but it's really good tracking tracing system. You can collect and keep data.
Yes, that's super important.
Yeah.
I know that people out there who are really concerned about their health, they want to know where it originates from. They want to know what it's grown in. They want to know what's put on it. They want to know where it's been packaged, how it's been packaged, and then how it ends up to them.
So we use that. We use it a lot in little projects, but we use it in a big project when non-GMO corn came along. So we were able to help companies. One of the companies has been really good to us, Majestic Milling, and we've sold them a lot of non-GMO. They're in the organic business. They're a good buyer for our farmers. And of course, that's what we are. We are people that love the land, love the farmer, love the people that actually do the work. And so that's our relationship building. When we talk about building relationships, we want all these relationships to come together. And when you say be profitable, profit isn't necessarily always a dollar bill. It's in your health, it's in your system, and your wellness. And so there's so many things. And when I read your paper, months and months ago, you just like kicked open the door to a whole bunch of things that they were floating out here, but there was not connecting yet. And so you are a great connector for me personally, Seth, on the stuff that you've shared and your testimony and all the things that that the good Lord is working through you on. So, and I appreciate that.
And we will want feedback from all of you too out there, because this isn't a one-way street. That's the way a lot of things have been, from corporate America. They just come down and they tell you how it's going to be, and this is what you're going to have, and this is what you're going to eat, and this is what you're going to take. But we don't want it to be like that. We want it to give and take. We want to get feedback from the people who are using the products to the people who are producing the products. And so we'll have the whole connection.
Well, I don't think there's anything better to close on than what Seth has said. I think he said a lot in the last minute and a half of this podcast. And I can't tell you how happy I am to share this with many of you, because this is something that we'll stay on top of. You'll see it through the summer. You can come anytime and you can get a hold of us one way or another. And we're very transparent. Anything we can do to help you, help yourselves, that's what we do. And thank you for joining Ag City. Thanks for joining Ag City
It's a team.
today. And we're a team. So, we might just start a new event here.
Ag Team City.
Ag Team City. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the turnaround.
Talk to you all soon. Thanks.